Hello kids. Today we are going to learn a new lesson number 11, Rocks and Minerals. Lesson number 11, Rocks and Minerals. In this lesson we shall study different types of rocks. In this lesson we are going to study different types of rocks. Igneous rocks, granite, pumice, basalt, sedimentary rocks, conglomerate, sandstone, shale, limestone, metamorphic rocks, minerals and ores. In this lesson, we are going to all these points. First of all, we see different types of rocks. Different types of rocks. The earth is made of several layers of rocks. The solid part of the earth's crust are called rocks. Different types of rocks comprise a major part of the crust. There are three types of rocks. They are igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks. Here, first we see different types of rocks. What is rock? We know earth is made of several layers of rock. The solid part of the earth's crust, is called the rocks. How many types of rocks are there? Igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. There are three types of rocks. Igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. Three types of rocks are there. First one, igneous rocks. The interior of the earth is very hot. It is filled with molten and semi-molten rock mixture called the magma. Due to the intense heat pressure deep inside in the earth, the hot magma at times rises up through the cracks in the crust or by way of volcanic eruptions. The magma that flow out of a volcanic eruptions is called the lava. This magma or lava, upon cooling, solidifies into a type of rocks called igneous rocks. In Latin, igneous means fiery. Igneous rocks are oldest type of rocks on the earth. Igneous rocks. How igneous rocks formed, we'll see. The interior of the earth is very hot. It filled with a molten and semi-molten rock mixture. The interior part of the earth is filled with a molten and semi-molten mixture of rock. That is called the magma. The interior of the earth is filled with a molten, semi-molten rock mixture. That is called the magma. Due to the intense heat pressure deep inside the earth, the hot magma at a time rise up through the cracks in the crust or by the way of volcanic eruptions. The magma that flow out of volcanic eruptions is called the lava. The hot magma at times rise up through the cracks in the crust or by way of volcanic eruptions The magma flow out through the volcanic eruptions is called the lava. This magma or lava, upon cooling, solidifies into type of rocks. That rock is called the igneous rock. In Latin, igneous means fiery. Igneous rocks are oldest types of rocks on the earth. Understood, my kids, how igneous rocks formed and how they get a name igneous? In Latin word, igneous means fiery. Next is granite. It is the most common igneous rocks and is formed when the magma cools slowly under the ground. Granite is found in grey, pink, deep red and black. It even has a silvery glitter to it. It is a stronger and durable rock and easily be polished. Granite is therefore seen in historical monuments and tombs and is also used in the construction of buildings, roads and pavements. Granite. It is the most common igneous rocks and is formed when magma cools slowly. Where? Under the ground. Granite is found in different color such as a grey, pink, deep red, black. It even has a silvery glitter to it. It is a strong, durable rock and can easily be polished. Granite is therefore seen in historical monuments and tombs and is also used in nowadays construction of buildings, roads and pavements. Understood, na kids? Next one is types of igneous rocks. First one is granite, second one is pumice. Pumice is a unique, light and porous rock formed when the molten lava cools very quickly. During this rapid cooling, gases get trapped inside it and then escape through the pores, thus making it look like a spongy with a small holes pockets inside it. This makes pumice so porous that it can also float on water. Pumice is the light and is used to polish furniture and floor. It is also used in polishes, pencils, erasers and as the body scrub. Dentists use a powdered form of pumice to polish teeth. Pumice is one type of igneous rock. Pumice is unique, light and porous rock formed when molten lava cools very quickly. Granite formed when magma cools slowly and pumice formed when magma cools quickly. During this rapid cooling, gases get trapped inside it and then escapes through the walls, thus making it look like a spongy with a small holes and pocket inside it. This makes the pumice so porous that it can be float on water. Pumice is light and is used to polish furniture, floor and used in polishes, pencil erasers and as a body scrub. Dentists use a powdered form of pumice to polish teeth. Understood, my kids? How pumice formed and what is the uses of pumice. Now, next one is third one, basalt. Basalt is a dark colored igneous rocks with a glassy finish This rock is the most commonly occurring rock on the earth's crust, especially the ocean floor. Basalt is formed when lava cools quickly and hardens into a solid rocks. It is commonly used in construction of added strength. It is also used by goldsmiths to test the purity of gold. Basalt is a dark colored igneous rocks. Basalt is dark colored igneous rocks with a glassy finish. This rock is used in goldsmith to test the purity of gold. This rock is used to test the purity of gold. And this rock is mostly common occur on the earth crust, especially the ocean floor. Basalt is found when lava cools quickly and hardens into a solid rocks. When basalt is formed when lava cools quickly and hardens into a solid rocks, and it is used by a goldsmith only to find out, to test the purity of gold. Understood, na kids? Next we will see sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks. Igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks. 3 types are there. Now second one is sedimentary rocks. Rocks that are exposed to forces of nature such as wind, rain, hail and intense heat of the sun wear out over time. This process is called weathering of rocks. This causes them to wear out particle by particles. These particles or sediments get carried away by the wind and rain to river, lakes, seas, where they slowly sink down to the bottom and settle down in layer. The weight of the sediment on the tops squeeze the sediments in the lower layers, thus forming rocks. These rocks are called sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are formed over millions of years. Sedimentary rocks, how they are formed, we will see. Rocks that are exposed to the forces of nature, such as wind, rain, hail, intense of heat, the sun wear out over time. This process is called the weathering of rocks. Rocks that are exposed to the forces of nature such as wind, rain, hail, intense of heat of the sun wear out over time. This process is called weathering of rocks. This causes them to wear out particles by particles. These particles or sediment get carried away by the wind and rain to river, lakes, seas, where they are slowly sink down to the bottom and settle down in the layer. The weight of sediment on the top squeeze the sediment in the lower layer, thus forming the rocks. These rocks are called sedimentary rocks. The particles or sediment get carried away by wind, rain and river to river, lake, seas, where they slowly sink down to the bottom, settle down in a layer. The weight of the sediment on the top squeeze that sediment in the lower layer. The weight of the sediment on the top squeezes the sediment in the lower layer, thus forming the rocks. These rocks are called sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are formed over a million of years. Understood, my kids, how sedimentary rocks formed? Now we'll see in sedimentary rocks conglomerate. Conglomerate. This rock consists of quartz, gravel, stones, pebbles, which solidify into uneven cooling rocks. It even shows patches of different colors. The conglomerate rock is used for building constructions work and is also seen in the decorative tiles, etc. Conglomerate, this is one type of rock, sedimentary rock. This rock consists coarse gravel. Conglomerate rock consists coarse gravel, stones, pebbles, which solidify into uneven looking rocks. It even shows the patches of different colors. It shows the different patches of different colors. The conglomerate rock is used for building and construction work and is also seen in the decorative tiles, etc. Now turn the page. Next one, sandstone. Sandstone, as the name suggests, sandstone is made up of sand particles and rock grains cemented with some minerals. It consists of mostly quartz grains and is a soft rock, mostly yellow, brown, pink and red in color. Sandstone is used in constructing buildings. The red fort in Delhi is made up of red sandstone. Sandstones. As the name suggested, sandstone is made up of sand particles and rock grains cemented with some minerals. As the name suggested, sandstone is made up of sand particles, rock grains cemented and with minerals. It contains mostly quartz grains and is a soft rock, mostly yellow, brown, pink and red in color. Sandstone is used in constructing buildings. The red fort in Delhi is made up of red sandstone. Understood, no kids? Which type of stone is used in the red fort building? Red fort? The red fort, it is in Delhi. It is built by a red sandstone. Okay? Now we'll see shale. Shale is the most abundantly found sedimentary rock. It is fine-grained sedimentary rock made up of clay and mud deposited as a silt on river bed and at the mouth of the river. This is a grey-colored rock and is made up of parallel layer. Shale is largely used in making tiles, bricks and pottery items. It is also mixed with a limestone to make a cement. Shale is the most abundantly found in sedimentary rock. It is fine-grained sedimentary rock made up of clay and mud deposited as a silt on river beds. At the mouth of the river. Sedimentary rock made up of clay and mud deposited as a silt on a river bed and at the mouth of the rivers. This is grey colored rock and is made up of a parallel layer. Shale is largely used in making tiles, bricks and pottery items. It is also mixed with limestones to make cement. Now we will see limestones. Limestone is commonly found sedimentary rock and is mainly made up of the mineral calcite. Some of it is formed in the sea when bits of rock, coral, shell, skeletal remains of tiny sea creatures sink down to the seabed. Over a period of time, several layers of this sediment collect and compress to form a limestone. Limestone is also found in the form of chalk, hills, cliffs on the earth's crust. Limestone is used in making bricks, glass and cement. The Great Pyramid of the Giza is made by entirely of limestones. Chalk is also a type of limestone. How limestone formed? We see how limestones are formed. Limestone is commonly found where? It is commonly found in sedimentary rocks and is mainly made up of mineral calcite. Some of it is formed in the seas when bits of rock, coral, shell and skeletal remains of tiny sea creatures sink down to the seabed. Limestone is commonly found sedimentary rocks and is mainly made up of the mineral calcite. Some of it is formed in the seas when bits of rocks, coral shell and the skeletal remain of the tiny sea creature sink down to the seabed. Over a period of time, several layers of the sediment collect and compress to form limestones. Limestone is also found in the form of chalk hills, cliffs on the earth's crust. Limestone is used in making bricks, glass, cements. The Great Pyramid of the Giza is made up entirely of full limestones. Chalk is also type of limestones. Do you know, kids, the Great Pyramid consists of more than 2.5 million limestone blocks. The Great Pyramid, it consists more than 2.3 million limestone blocks. Understood, no, kids? Here we stop the lesson. Today's your homework is read the lesson, underline the new words, write down all new words in your notebook and learn that one. Thank you for watching the video.